Google is officially getting rid of expanded text ads in the upcoming year of 2022 because they are forcing us now to only use responsive text ads. So Google is just always trying to find ways to get more control over our advertising and things like that, because ultimately they want us to make more mistakes and spend more money with them so they can continue to be one of the most profitable businesses in the world. Well, no worries guys, because in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make the most out of your responsive text ads, how to make this transition, what's going to happen to your old expanded text ads, and I'm going to be showing you guys a trick to where we can still use responsive text ads efficiently, effectively, and how it's actually going to be better for us when we are advertising on Google. So before I jump into screen sharing with you, if you haven't already, please drop a thumbs up on this video if you find it helpful whatsoever, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell. You already know what to do. Let's go ahead and hop in my test account, and I'm gonna be showing you how to run some effective responsive text ads so that we can still be profitable and all that good stuff. So as you can see here, hit the plus signs and you don't even get the option for the expanded text ads anymore. They make you do responsive search ads. So no worries. This is just a test account, as you can tell. So let's go right in here. So obviously we have some normal stuff. So as of today, October 1st, in 2021, they haven't gotten rid totally of expanded text ads yet, but in 2022, I believe in June, they're going to not even give you this option right here. So if you still want to create expanded text ads, you can do so by clicking on this right here. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create effective ads for responsive. All right, so I'm going to ignore the final URL display path for now. Let's go ahead and go down here. Okay, so now they don't really tell you headline 1, headline 2, headline 3, right? You kind of just type in your headlines, and then what Google will do is they're going to randomize it with whatever they thinks that is going to do best. So there's going to be some testing in the beginning, right? When you first type in your headlines, because Google's not going to know which ad copy converts yet. It's just going to run a bunch of different ads and see which one delivers the most results, and then they'll probably show it in that order more often. But as you can tell, they got rid of the order that you can actually put it in. But there's actually a workaway around that I'm going to get to. So bear with me here. And then description, same thing, right? 3 descriptions, and you can't really, it doesn't tell you, which order it's going to be in. So in this case here, for example, now whenever I write ad copy, and I've managed over $2 million in ad spend now, and there's really no right or wrong way of doing it. This is just kind of like my formula for writing ad copy when it comes for my clients. Now, for example, here, let's just say, you are a dentist, okay? You are a veneer dentist it doesn't matter where you're at, but what I normally like as far as like my formula, headline number 1, I like it to say who I am, right? So for example, if I'm a veneer dentist, then I would want my headline number 1 to say veneer dentist. Okay, so headline number 1 is always about who we are, right? Kind of who we are. It's not the call to action, the what we do and things like that. It's the who we are. Okay, so headline number 1. Headline number 2 is going to be my call to action, right? So that's really my formula there. The who and then the call to action. Okay, a lot of people, from what I've seen, is they forget the call to action. Okay, and they kind of just go on talking about they talking about their services and things like that in their headlines, which I don't think is as effective. And then headline number 3, it doesn't get shown all the time. Most of the time when Google does decide to show your ad, it's really going to be the first 2 headlines. So those are going to be the 2 most important headlines that people are going to see the most. Headline number 3, they'll just throw it in there. I believe when you have the very number 1 spot on Google, when you're at the very top, that's when they show you headline number 3. But for the most part, you're going to see headline 1 and 2. All right, so let's go ahead and go to usearchfrom.com. And this is a really cool site I use to kind of see what my competitors are using as far as like what they're writing for ad copy and stuff like that. So let's just type in veneer dentist near me, okay? And we're going to put in the city of Newport Beach. That's near where I am at. And from here, we're going to click search. So the really cool thing about this is that you can see your competitors, right? Their ads, their landing page. You can see what they're doing, right? So you can see this, and you can kind of select what area you want to check out. In my case, I put in Newport Beach, right? So as you can see here, let's just take a look at what some people are typing, okay? Or what some people ad copies are. So we have SoCal's #1 cosmetic dentist, which is good. That's a solid headline #1, right? That's who they are. Headline #2, #1 cosmetic veneer dentist. No call to action. And I mean, this and this, headline #1 and headline #2, they're very similar. As you can see, they're pretty much identical. They're the same thing, right? They're a cosmetic dentist. We get it, right? They could have just added the veneer in here as well, but they chose to go with SoCal #1. Okay, so that's how right there alone you can improve this ad copy right there. Check out the second one, dentist in Newport Beach. A little broad, right? A little general, especially if they're showing up for veneer dentist. It should say veneer dentist in Newport Beach, okay? And then new patient special, not really appealing. Okay, what kind of special, right? Is it $100 off? Something. Give me something that makes me want to click on that ad, okay? And it makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay, let's go into ad number 3. All right, so this one is actually pretty solid, as you can tell here. $5.99 porcelain veneer deal. All right, that's who they are. They have a price. They have a deal going on for $5.99, a deal, and then 0% financing available. Okay, still not a call to action, but still a solid ad because it's talking about their promo, right? So a solid promo. And that's what I'm saying is the first 2 headlines is so important, okay? And so this right here is actually a pretty solid, that's a solid ad copy there. Because, we know that they're doing porcelain veneers, veneer dentist there. And then they have a deal and they have a 0% financing available. So that is a super solid ad copy. Okay, and then the last ad here, 4th ad, porcelain veneers, only $5.99. So same thing, solid, right? And then America's Top Dentist recipient, okay? So in this case, they put this, their headline number 2 is more of the credibility factor, okay? So a credibility factor meaning, #1 this, hundreds of patients satisfied and things like that, right? Thousands of veneers worked on. So I normally like to put that in headline number 3 or 2 or 3. But like I said, most of the time, call to action, if you have some type of special deal going on, that can go into headline number 2 as well. And then most of the time, America's Top Dentist recipient, or any type of credibility copy, I would normally put that in ad copy number 3, right? And then let's go on. Let's just check out what we got going on down here. Smile with porcelain veneers. Your smile can change your day, right? Terrible ad copy, no call to action, no promo going on, right? So probably not going to get a whole lot of clicks there, right? Here we go. Affordable veneer program. Okay, apply today, no fee. All right, so nice call to action, no fee. Okay, affordable. Right. And then we have the last one here, just a doctor running an ad, right? Just dentist in Irvine. Super broad, probably not getting a whole lot of conversions there. So honestly, the best ones so far are going to be these 2 right here. And the reason for that is because they have a price. They have a price and they have a promo going on. They got they don't have a deal where call us now or anything like that, which is totally fine, because in this case, they are selling something. Veneers in this case, they have a deal, they got the promo, right? And even if you don't have a promo, don't have a deal, get creative, all right? So that's that. So from here, let's go back into our responsive search, right? And this is what I normally do when we are researching how to write solid ad copy compared to what our competitors are doing, right? All right, so a new headline, okay? So let's go with, number one, veneer dentist in Newport Beach, okay? Okay, that's not gonna work. So number one, SoCal veneer dentist, right? What was it saying over here? $5.99. Porcelain veneers for, well, starting at it's gonna be too much. Something like that, okay? So we have here so far, and then we're going to put in, top rated veneer dentist in SoCal. Number one SoCal veneer dentist. So in this case, you can even put this as a third headline. Top rated veneer dentist in SoCal. Number one. Something better here. So we have the price, we got the deal, America's top dentist recipient. All right, that's just for this video purposes. All right, so there we have it, okay? So these are the solid 3 ad copies that we have here. I just copied from there, but I'm gonna show you how we can make the most out of these headlines, okay? So we have headline number 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, Google's is going to randomize your ad copy, right? And obviously 0% financing available, even though that's great, we don't want that as headline number 1, obviously, right? So what we can tell Google is like, we can tell them, hey, we're going to pin this, but we only want this in position number 3. Can you see that? So that is really effective because now you can still have control over your ads, okay? So if you have, a headline that that doesn't belong in headline number 1 or 2, you can pin it to just number 3, right? The least important one. Right now, number 1 SoCal, show in any pin, show only. Now this one, you can have it in, number 1 or number 2, to be honest with you. And maybe we could copy it, right? So we can have it as 1 or 2, but we don't want it showing up twice. So, so what would actually be beneficial for Google to do is if it allowed us to pin it to more than 1 position, because let's say we wanted this ad to be just in position number 1 or 2, it would still fit, right? Because especially when we have a price going on here, that would be really effective. Okay, so maybe we can create, in this case, we would have to create multiple responsive text ads and just be able to flip these 2 and then see which one works best, right? So it's still similar to expanded text ads, because with expanded text ads, you would still have to pretty much duplicate that same ad in order to flip the 2 headlines, right? So pretty similar. So, I get a lot of people reaching out to me saying, hey, we don't have control over our headlines anymore. And to an extent, it's true, but you still, I actually like this method better because it does save some time. If you don't have to, flip your headlines a lot or anything like that. But if you did need to, then you can always create multiple responsive search ads, right? Because you're already having to do that with the expanded search ads and text ads anyways, right? So here, obviously, we're not going to want this in headline number 3, because this is going to be our moneymaker, right? This is what we want people to actually see. So this would go into headline number 1 or 2. But I guess in this case, you can just show in any unpinned position and then hope that Google shows this within the first 1 or 2 headlines, because, right? Because they're going to just see and know that this headline is the most compelling one. And so they'll probably just put it there, right? But just to skip the testing phase of it, I would pin it and then maybe create another responsive search ad. A little extra step, I know, but at least you'll get to skip some of that testing. Hopefully it's a lot quicker than, where we don't have to wait for Google to test out our headlines so much, right? So it would be the same case for descriptions. Now for descriptions, what do we normally put? Okay, so super important for the descriptions. We want to have our keywords, right? That our keywords in the description as well as the headlines. And I like to actually just include in display path as well. So let's go back to the display path real quick here. So if someone searches up veneer dentist, we would want to put veneer dentist that fits, free consults. Okay, something like that. And why is this important? Why do you want to put the word veneer dentist free consult in the display path, right? So that's really important because when someone searches up, for example, veneer dentist on Google, right? What's going to happen is Google will actually bold the words that the searcher is looking for on Google. So the word, if they search up veneer, #1 veneer, porcelain veneers, near me or something like that, then Google is going to bold the word veneer here, right? To show that this is a relevant ad to the searcher. Okay, and that's why it's so important, right? It just helps your ad pop out a little bit more, okay? So if someone searched up veneer dentist, then obviously it would bold this and that, right? So just more bolding, ad shows up more, little tiny advantage, whatever tiny advantage we can get over our competitors, that's going to help, right? So we can put that in there. And here, as you can see, this is super cool because Google, they actually give you some headline suggestions, right? So veneer doctor, me, veneer costs, right? This is, it'll tell you what people are searching up. Searches in the last 30 days, 50,000 people searched up veneer costs. Recommend because it's part of your group. And then we can click on more ideas here. Dismiss 100. Okay, so that's not relevant. Call for a free consultation. Okay, call for a free consultation is a good one. All right, so boom. If your doctor, if you provide call for a free consultation, then we can put that in. Now, call for a free consultation. Do we want that in headline #1? Do we want that in headline #2 or 3? This is a call to action, right? And so with call to actions, I normally always have it pinned to #2, okay? Because we don't want it, we don't want it headline #1. People are just like, okay, what am I calling for, right? Calling for a free consultation. Okay, so that's we want to know, we want them to know that we are offering veneers, something that they're searching up for. And then this wouldn't really go in headline #3 because it's just not going to show up as much, right? So like I said, headline #3 is more the unimportant stuff, more just credibility and things like that, right? So headline #2 would be for call for free consultation. So that type of call to action is what I was talking about. That would go into headline #2. All right, so let's go down to descriptions again here. So for descriptions, we're going to do, we can do the call to action, call for a free consultation. I put a little dash just to separate it, as we have 90 characters here. Porcelain veneer special only, I don't know, $5.99, only $5.99, right? You can just kind of fill it in here. And then I would put something along the lines of #1 veneer. This is probably not going to fit in Newport Beach. So what I'll do is I'll actually put this in the next headline or next description, I should say, because I believe Google will show up to 2 descriptions at a time. right? So here we go. So here's description number 1, and then here's description number 2, right? Each has 90 characters, and then same for here. And then this one, they only have one description there. All right, 0% financing, free consultation, offer expires, call today. All right, so lots of call to action there. Solid, okay. Number 1, veneer, 0% financing, or zero money down, something like that, right? 0 down, call today, something like that. All right, so fill it in. Have the word, your area. If you are in a specific city or something like that, and they search up, if they search it up and they see that you're in that area as well, that's going to help. And like I said, all of these little descriptions and headlines and things like that, it's not going to be a huge impact on your campaign. Like putting headline number 1, it doesn't really matter if you put it headline number 1 or 2, right? But we do all of this for best practices, and these little tiny things, it adds up to creating a solid campaign all around, right? So we got to build the foundations, right? So putting this here 1 or 2 is not going to make or break your campaign, right? I'm just trying to get that to you, right? Having this in description number 1 or 2, it's not going to make or break your campaign, right? But for best practices, filling it in 90 characters, having, solid ad copy here, just placing the headlines where it needs to be, it's going to, make your campaign the best it could be, right? So if you just put call for a free consultation and you put it unpinned, or you pinned it at number 1 for whatever reason, it's not going to make it or break it for your campaign, right? So the reason why we're doing this, it takes a little bit more time, obviously. And, what it comes down to is that we're making the campaign stand out as much as possible, right? Every little tiny thing we can do to stand out over our competitors is going to help, right? So for example, right, this ad right here, it's a terrible ad copy compared to everybody else, right? It doesn't even say veneer. I mean, this right here, not that great either, right? But it's not going to make it or break it, but you would be converting so much better. Your click-through rate is going to be so much better. And your campaign is going to be so much more successful just by having the simple little ad copies, the best practices, right, to stand out whatever it is, okay? So as you can see here, all right, and if you ever have trouble coming up with ad copy, how to come up with something compelling, solid, just go here, just use this right here, usearchfrom.com. Let me show you the website again. So it's a cool little trick here, right? usearchfrom.com, super cool. And then it'll show you other people's ad copy, use that as ideas, and then ultimately, add a little twist to it so that your ad can stand out a little bit more. So that way you're not identical to other people's ads. And then, that'll help you stand out a little bit more, right? So hopefully this video has been helpful to you. I mean, that's all I got for you guys. This is what we're going to be doing once the responsive text ads go away. I mean, not the responsive, the expanded text ads go away, and we're going fully into responsive search ads. All right. So if you found this video helpful whatsoever, please drop a thumbs up. For the YouTube algorithms, it would really help out this video and my channel overall. And if you want to stay up to date and see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.